Good evening to all YouTube land. It is good to be back live streaming, although I will probably be only doing this once a month. Get the camera less crooked. Whatever. Nobody cares. Let's see who we got in the chat. We'll get right into it. It looks like Justin D. Morgan and Kibbs with Retro are both here at the moment. Hello to both of you, and hello to anybody else that may come on. So, we got a lot to do tonight. And if I figure this runs late, nobody cares. I do not have to go to work next day. So, what do we have here? And I can't see over what I have here, so that's why I'm kind of crouching over. But here, I have a lot of goodies on the desk that we must test. Yeah, I feel you, Kibbs. Kibbs, I really do. And sometimes I wonder about YouTube, but anyway. I know. Okay, big YouTube's gonna kill me at this point. May a lightning bolt come strike me down. Anyway, so we have a lot of Compaq goodies. It's another haul from the good folks over at Bithistory Surplus. Down there in the Fox Cities in Wisconsin. Lots of goodies. Yes, absolutely. Things don't want to work, and let me tell you, it was a little bit of a scary get on a rant here when they started getting pissy with the pop-up blockers. I thought my internet was going out at work, but it was just a pop-up blocker that they were trying to block. So yeah, that was fun. But anywho, let's get back into it before I get into any more rants. We have this unit here, which I believe is for an LTE Lite. I think it, I don't know what the point of this is as much, other than it does have a place for a tape driver of 5 1/4 if you have the special Compaq variant of this. I do not. This just came along for the ride, and you can hook both a mouse and a keyboard of the PS2 variety up to it simultaneously. So that's what I think. We have 4 Compaq LTE Elite batteries that I assume are going to be dead. I'm probably going to skip testing these on the stream unless we somehow get time, but these I was hoping for 5,000s, but well, like I said, I'm happy for what I can get. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. I think it's a budget block, or yeah, budget dock. I have not had any alcohol, I swear. Behind that you cannot see till now, we have a Compaq LTE 5000 floppy drive. This is an Epson variety. I think you can tell by the square eject button that this is an Epson, so even if this is dead, we can still get the floppy drives for fairly inexpensive at this time, and that could change a month from now or a year from now. Who never knows? If it's a Mitsubishi, you're in trouble. That's the point I'm going to make. But on to the fun. We have Compaq sticky rubber, apparently. The Compaq LTE Elite 475CX. This is one with an active matrix display. I think it's an 8 or a 9-inch display. None of these came with hard drives, so we'll have to supply the hard drives. All right, I need more office. Yes, English. That's it. Next on the docket, we have an LTE 5000. I think this is a... Oh, hello there, Retro Recall. Glad you could join us on this wonderful Friday night. I hope you had a good week, and I hope we have a good stream. But back to it, we have the LTE 5000, which I believe this is a Frankenstein unit. I'll explain that a little bit later. But I have a feeling it's also going to be a parts unit, given its extreme missing ligaments, RAM, you name it. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're really getting to that first PC down to the last detail. I appreciate that, and I can't say that too many of us can. I got very lucky with mine. Although mine was probably a little bit more standard than most of your custom built stuff out there, but because it's just an ordinary Compaq ProLinear 575E that I didn't do anything with other than upgrade the RAM before it became expensive. But anywho, back. I keep getting distracted, but that's okay. Compaq LTE 5100, which feels like more of a complete unit. It doesn't look like it's been torn apart to shreds. It does at least have, or it looks on the surface that it has a memory module inside it. This has a floppy drive and a battery of unknown condition. Well, this might be a rebuild candidate. I sure hope so. I really need more of those to rebuild. Big deal. I look forward to the radio card. And another... Okay, this is interesting. So, I don't know if I can get this to come on my iPhone 7/camera. We're going to try. So, the label says... The label originally said 440CX, but they penciled out the 40 and put 75. It does have a battery. It's actually very clean on the bottom. So I do have high hopes for that. It does have the screen for what would typically come in a 440. But this one, at least, is in excellent condition. So I am very happy about that. At least we have a retro recall. We might be doing just what you suggested there. I know you're up in Canada, but we'll work something out if it comes down to that. I do have a lot of computers here. It's what you call it? You know, Garrett dangled the carrot in front of me story. All right, on to our next. We have the Compaq Ministation with a monitor stand. So this is an extraordinarily rare piece of hardware here. I may just need more light, but yeah, this is the monitor stand. This thing's actually in pretty solid shape, believe it or not. And, oh, we're missing a piece that I just set off to the side. So yeah, this guy here, this Ministation, for the LTE Elite, it's supposed to just sit here. You put your computer in there, and yeah, you got yourself a basic, it's not quite the full-on Smartstation. Here, stay there. But you do get some respectable ports out of it. You do get a NIC out of it. Oh, this is, I don't know if this is like a copper one or not, but I've never dealt with that before. But maybe some of you would know. You got SCSI on this unit. That's pretty neat. And same thing as the LTE Lite budget unit there. It has the connection for the 5 1/4 or tape drive. And some, you know, serial parallel, all the standard stuff. 14-pin VGA. Boo. Oh, trust me, I missed all you two. I wasn't quite in the right place at that time. Needed to get this thing straightened out. I actually have some news for some of those that are on my Facebook. I'm not going to share it at this time, but I did make a difficult decision to get rid of some major source of negativity in my life. But I will share that news when the time is right. Oh, we got heavy boy here. This is the Smartstation. This is... If you have one of these that are working and not completely smashed, this is the bee's knees if you are looking for I/O for your LTE Elite. I have 2 of these currently, not including this one. I have one that's shattered in a billion pieces. Doesn't power on. Actually, does it power on? I don't know. I think I replaced the power supply, and that one does at least power on now. I'm really sorry for your loss, Retro Recall. I don't know how long that happened, but again, I apologize for your loss, and you know me as a dog lover myself, and the thing I was supposed to wear on the next live stream that I didn't, as you can tell, I'm a dog lover myself, with the corgis and whatnot. That is actually my corgi that's on that hoodie. Yeah, it wasn't the same, but at least we got some things squared away, so hopefully I can start doing this a little bit. Alright, so this is your Smartstation, which this one does have a crack. The plastic on these is in the English, very brittle. But it's upside down. But you got your parallels, serial, hard drive, and if you this will tell you. Yeah, I don't remember the switch what this does, but I think it's something to do with the floppy, and I know it's upside down. Then you got your standard I/O. And then this is where it gets fun. Oh, this one's got a sound card in it. And you got your SCSI, and you've got your network, and this may be gaming. I the joystick for it. I don't know what that one does. Now we're gonna have fun finding out. Yes, yeah, Retro Recall, we will definitely have a chat at some point, once I start getting rid of equipment here. Because I got a lot of equipment here. It's the basement's getting really full here, so I gotta do something about it. But that's what we have on dock tonight. We'll see how far we get. Fortunately, it is Friday night, so I could go for longer and not have to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning or whatever time it might be. That's Central Time, for those that care. And I actually think I do have my contact information, but if good old YouTube doesn't eat my, I don't know if I could do this, but we're going to try it. I don't think I ate my comment. And I just tagged myself. I don't know why I find that remarkably funny, but... in my very... a little fun, useless, probably useless fact is my very first battery rebuild actually went to Canada. And there's an Armada 7700 series down here that was saved thanks to somebody in somewhere in Canada. The city starts with an S. It's a long one that I'm not... Saskatchewan? That English again. Central Canada. We'll go with that. Gotta love the speech impediment. But first thing is first, since it's right next to me. And how do I want to do this? Okay. Bear with us here for one. Okay. That is definitely not what's on the bench anymore. Okay, well, I have Justin's bad luck with OBS apparently, because I don't know what... Thank you, Retro Recall. I do have a speech impediment. I do not know why this is not showing the right thing. At least, I really hope this phone isn't going out. Oh, it looks like Rod's Computer Videos has its own streak going on too. Ish. That is not looking too hot either. Alright. Hold please while I unmess this. Oh yeah, this just lost connection outright. There we go. Now that's what you get for using recycled junk from work. Alright, let's see. I don't think this is an OBS fault. So I have it plugged in. The power light is on. Does it turn on? And the screen is very dark on my end. Oh, it's starting to brighten up. Okay, that's good. Yeah, first class postage is... I could have swore it was like 49 cents a year ago. I can't see all your message because that stupid heart thing that YouTube likes to do is in the way. There. We'll click the heart to be annoying. Uh-oh, now I did it. Okay, this thing is unhappy. We have to include something that is not part of the chat here. Or they include something that's not part of Garrett's Hall. A hard drive. And I hope to Christ that this is not a quantum hard drive that I grabbed. Because all my quantum Go drives are dead. Oh, it's a hard drive. Alright. 8 megs of RAM. It's even got a compact partition on it. Oh, did I miss it? Yeesh. Well, there's something goofy with the screen on this one. I can't tell. It's like showing random yellows. Like you can see right here, right there. The hinges are also very loose on this thing. Where are you getting 155 for first class international? 'Cause I haven't seen that in a while. Seems like you gotta ship more than an envelope. They raise you up to $20 American right away. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I could get. It could be, and also possibility too that it needs a recap. And the way that the lines are, and okay, I don't have any friends over. Actually, yes, I do have friends. Quite a few friends over there. I don't know if I can. Uh-oh, I unplugged it. Whoops. Start over. Okay, yeah, 155 for 1 ounce. That makes sense. I got a family member of mine that lives in Guam. He wants me to ship him a motherboard, so I will see how that expensive that is. Yeah. Yeah, the machine itself is actually a very nice shape physically. I couldn't say the same about the one of the other ones I restored, like my LTE 450E, a very rare machine with a black and white display. But now you can kind of tell it's flickering. I wonder if this thing has some security software like Fortress on it. It almost acted like that, or at least the first time it booted it. Oh. Oh. Now you can really tell. This absolutely could be Caps. I hope Kibbs is right about it being a cable, because I have plenty of parts for that. But that thing is ugly. Let's see. But oh yeah, this is my personal version of Windows, so it may have Fortress on it, because, you know, YouTube fodder is always a thing. Trackball needs to be cleaned. YouTuber can't, no, this does not have Fortress on it. Okay. No. Maybe I just pressed a button. Well, I'm going to use a comment that one of my former bosses, may God rest his soul, says, is that I'm stupider than you. But let's see what's actually in here. The nice little thing about these machines is why are you no work? Oh, nice. Yeah, but I think we were 82% where I was, and I know I bought the $30 glasses because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure about Amazon and questionable quality glasses, so it's like, okay, NASA had these approved ones, and this is an approved reseller. And joke's on me now that there won't be another one in my lifetime here. But yeah, so yeah, this identifies as an LTE Elite 475CX. I'm not sure exactly how Compaq identifies that, but I know it does. It's maybe hard-coded into the system board, I'm not sure, but I thought about doing that with my 450E until I saw that, because it actually does identify the correct thing. And yes, there are the standard 475C with the passive matrix displays of these units in existence, so it's not just the processor as far as I know. Yeah, definitely still worth it. I was able to... Yeah, I'm keeping the glasses, there's no question, but yeah, I was able to get on the roof of where I work. We have a 5-story hotel, and I was able to get on top of that on that roof and just chill up there for a few minutes. All right, so next on my docket, I'm going to dig out the other LTE Elite. Maybe. Uh, let's see. Okay, good. We are still cooking with fire, gas, whatever you want to call it. And I need to mooch that hard drive out of there. I can tell you this floppy drive is going to be a mess, but they usually all are on these. We're missing an eject button. We're missing the door is smashed in, but these usually do not function anymore, unfortunately. Even with the belt replacements, the ones that are in these line of Compaqs, no worky. They just don't read. Or the favorite term, it's not working. Oh, this one does turn on. I didn't think this one did. No screen? No screen. But a little Eclipse news. Yeah, I think the one that's supposed to be 100%, the next one in my area is, well, I'll be 113 if I'm still alive for it. Let's see. Oh, stupid. Yeah, wait. No, I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's any... Oh, this is not looking good. Oh, this one may be loose cable. Alright, back to the 7. We got lines in yellow and white. I'm sure if I move it, it's going to go total white. Huh? No, maybe. I say, it kind of looks like a passive matrix display. I know you can't see that there at home, but yeah, this one I think is cable. Or a bad solder joint. Yep. I literally just pressed on this and it came back to life. So yeah, that could be cable or solder joint. Wait a minute. Why did it beep? Okay, whatever. I will fill in area code. Well, I gave you a hint of what part of the world I'm from, so... But I think there's more than one hint out there, but... Yeah, I'm starting to think maybe Kips will be right on the other one, too. Is this... It's got the same flickering thing going on. Yeah, it's unhealthy, but I have no idea where he got these from. I want to say somewhere, and I think some of the problem with it looking unhealthy is the iPhone 7 is just being an iPhone 7. Or let's try that. It is unhealthy. Is that better? Eh, mildly better. It is a little bit yellowed, but I think this one's repairable. Or at least a parts machine. Can't get the camera to behave right now, but maybe it's the way of doing this. More light or less light will do it. Not all of us have established what you call it, studios like I don't know what Justin's workbench looks like. I do have a Windows phone. Oh shoot. But there's no OBS app on it, but I think this is a lighting issue. Again, junkyard stuff, but yeah, I think with either with the display adjustment or a little bit of reflow on the connections, this one will be right as rain again. I got a spoiler alert, I did test some of this stuff while I was at a store. But I'll never tell. Actually, I will tell you in a minute here. On the one that I have absolutely zero faith in doing anything, the 5000 with the past, and unfortunately, oh, that's good to know. I paid the lifetime subscription to have the app for the iPhone, the 5 phones, just because it seemed like it was the cheapest option at the time. Alright, will this one power up? I doubt it. Oof. That is... Ew. Uh-oh. Oh, it turned on. And survey says it's dead. Don't know. Oh, it turned on. I am actually shocked by that. I did not expect anything out of this one. And you can't see my screen. Oh, it's a Nokia something. I got it 10 years ago. I have no idea what it is at the moment, but it's a very old Windows phone. This is iPhone country now, as you can tell. Did not pay anything for these iPhones, believe it or not. But I did obtain them legally. Yeah, this thing is not happy. But I suspect that this is going to be parts fodder. You never know when somebody's going to need a hinge. Yeah, this power button is sticky. I don't even think this power button works. Yeah, this one... Oh my... Yeah, this is definitely a parts unit that somebody busted apart. I should not be able to move that freely. Yeah, we're just going to... Yeah, that was one of the things they said about the... I think it's a Lumina, either a 900 something, and that was supposed to be one of the big selling points was the camera on it. Unfortunately, my first one died after a year. It died under warranty. Then they gave me a second one. But now Verizon is such a stick in the mud here that I can't really use the phone anymore anyways, unless I can unlock it somehow. I have a mom and pop carrier now that your options are limited. The customer service is really good though, so I'll take the limitations for the customer service. But here is the LTE 5100 with the bad BIOS on it. Ooh, the battery detects. I don't get an orange light, but who knows, we may be able to get a functional 5100 out of this, because the display, this little thing is mostly dead on this one, but the display worked on the other one just fine, so we may have something here. Yeah, retro recall, I may just have to get a real camera and just be done with it. Or just figure out the lighting situation down here, but it's only episode 5. And don't worry, this hang-up is perfectly normal with version 7.32. And that's my hand shaking like that right now. And this is a Franken LTE. 150 megahertz processor in this guy. The 5100 originally came with a 90 megahertz. So my guess is it's probably got 16 meg module for expansion RAM. Let's see, exit. I always got to test a floppy, wasn't I? That I'm not sure it's exactly doing anything. Uh-oh. No floppy. Didn't even hear it read. That was probably not the smartest idea I had in my lifetime, but... yeah, we got a little bit more of the display now. Sorry. Multi-bay none. I don't know if that's... I have no idea if it's supposed to detect a floppy here or not, but we're gonna... hold, please. While I go find the nearest boot floppy and go... do I dare use this? Maybe. We have problem. Missing my disc 1 out of this whole set. Let's see, that's a CD-ROM driver. CD driver. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. I just need a boot floppy. There we go. That'll do. Yeah, this thing is not even trying to read from a floppy, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But it's not a down and dirty stream. And I rest assured that this floppy, the floppy itself was good week ago. Good opportunity to test the old Epson one. Yeah, they're both docking stations, actually. Yeah, one's just has more I/O, and the other one, yeah, well, I guess you could call it a budget one. Dang it. Yeah, it's not reading any floppies. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but we'll... uh-oh. There we go. I wonder if it'll read a hard drive. Alright, hard drive in system. Hard drive not powering up. Well, Jesse getting nervous. We may have problems with this machine. Yeah, there's not detecting a hard drive either, so yeah, this one is not happy, but we will dig into that one at another time. There is a possibility that the DC board on this thing is starting to go. That does cause a lot of problems with these machines. It is also a 5100, and I know the earlier ones had a tendency to do unpredictable things like that, especially the processor cards on 75 MHz variants. They had a tendency to stop detecting RAM. Ask me how I know, if you want, or not. I'm not a cop. Alright, next on the old docket is the budget docking station, as Justin liked to call it. There we go. Okay, I have a problem here that I need. Hopefully, oh, here we go. Power cable. Well, thank you for joining Retro Recall. It's great to have one of these again, and I'll get caught up on your stuff here over the weekend. So I got a lot to worry about after this live stream. But one way or another, we'll get things caught up here. Uh-oh. Well, yes, we got to recap that one, because that is definitely in power and not doing a darn thing. Oh, neat. I know there's other services you can send stuff over with too if you really want to be. And are you going to power up? Yay. Okay. So we have an LTE 425E that is not part of the batch, but it'll be a good test subject for this guy here. It is a very unique one, as it has a very rare card, the second serial port for a laptop, not USB. It has 2 real serial ports on it. That is an extraordinarily rare thing in a laptop. I've only seen 2 of these in my life, and I bought one of them. There's an LTE Lite 20 around here somewhere. The gentleman that sold me that has the other one, and he is somewhere in New York, provided he's still even alive. But this is also the only maxed out one I have. So it has a full 20 megs of RAM, it has a 200 meg drive. This was a very well taken care of one, and I paid way too much for it. Alright, let's see if we can power this thing on. It's a 486, so even if the CMOS battery is completely depleted, it should still power up. Let's look at that. That is an absolutely pristine black and white screen. You know what? It's just going to bother me, Kim, so I'm going to have to go find the phone that I literally just found. That's my Windows phone. It literally was on the top of my desk drawer. Although, if I'm a betting man, it needs to be charged before we do much of anything with it. And we don't know what this one exactly is. And now that's going to be my next challenge here, is to try to find that board that goes with this thing. I'm going to find it quick, but I don't think we're going to have such luck here. I swore I had one handy here, but then I think it's too old for wireless charging. Always one step ahead of us. Well, that's almost what I'm looking for. you all have kids, or if you have kids, you can pass all these lovely cables onto them. For record, I'm not kid shaming because I don't have any myself. Yeah, I think it has a Windows 8 mobile on it. As soon as I'm able to plug it in, I can tell you what it is. But it takes that really old USB, I don't know if it's a USB mini or a USB micro. I can't believe I can't find the cord handy for this. I just, bothers me. Anywho, so here is the docking station, budget docking station, if you will, in its full capacity. Not really a whole lot to show here. I just wanted to make sure it did power up the computer. And we got a nice, beautiful display. And I am blessed, I believe I am in this case, to where I don't think this one has that tunneling problem. This was stored in a very, very weather-controlled environment, if I am not mistaken. Cable I'm looking for? Yes, I do have a cable. Okay. It's almost hilarious. It's almost hilarious that I have all these darn cables around at this point, but we're gonna find this mystery out, Kips. I promise you, we're gonna find out. Alright, at this point, we're kind of wasting time, but that's part of the live stream. That's part of the old i80386SX experience. Am I right? Now, if the battery's completely cooked in it, then yeah, we're never gonna actually find this answer. But I can tell you that I had this phone. When did I switch to Verizon back then? It was 2013. Then I went to the local mom and pop company about 2 years later afterwards, just because they were cheaper. And the ISP around here is, yeah, just I couldn't turn that down. Just light up. I teach their own, Kibbs. It's cool. I'm. If we can find out what this is, you know what? Anything for my viewers. But yeah, this mini station works works just fine. So I am going to call that one a success. And in the States, we have people that are, and to add to your comment, Kibbs, we have people in the States that are the iPhone cult. Back when I was an Android, and people's like, iPhone superior. Whatever you say. I'll just let it sit for a few minutes. I can't take the battery out of mine. It's a sealed unit, unfortunately, but or at least not easily. User replaceable, that's the term I'm looking for. But like I said, the iPhone family member had a stroke last year. Mom needed a cell phone, so iPhones are easy to use, so that's, you know, you help your mother out. Alright, anyway. Let's get one of these guys out. We don't need to stand for this. Hmm? Yeah, the problem with the Windows phones was they had like 50 apps total for it. That was a downfall of them. Maybe it's different in your part of the world, but in mine, that's what the downfall wasn't. I think Nokia eventually went over to the Android side of the world too. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, that's the big tiles were nice. My mother-in-law, it's like, well, if you had to go away from Apple, at least you could see the Windows Phone icons, or my mother for that matter. All right, so I don't know if this is a motorized one, but we're gonna find out. What? Oh, Nokia doesn't make phones anymore? Okay, I thought they went to the Android market, but I don't really care that much about cell phones, so I don't really follow it. It's kind of like TVs to me. It's like, if they work, they'll work. All right, so you get to see half of this. I don't know if this is a motorized one or not. Nope, this is not a motorized one. But it is charging the laptop. So we know the unit itself is getting power. Okay, good to know. Limited to my mom and pop carrier anyway. It powers up. And we're stuck. Uh-oh. Why you no zoom? I have no idea. I just don't want to zoom. Oh, wait a minute. Would that work? Oh, hold on. I think I figured it out. Can't blame Mr. Tim Cook for that one for once. It's jank, but it'll do. Okay, so this detected the Ministation. That's cool. I don't know if you can see that, but holy mackerel. I hope this doesn't take a month of Sundays, but we'll find out if it does. Yeah, shoot, I don't even go back on the subject of cell phones. I don't even know what's... Now, unfortunately, my particular one does not power up unless the battery is charged to a certain point. I seem to remember that now. I wonder... I probably could put my SIM card in here from my current carrier, and it probably would pick up just fine. Or can it? I don't know. Oh yeah, it's got a spot for a standard SIM card. Probably could if I really wanted to. With the electronic SIMs, it's a little bit more difficult. Apple started that with the iPhone 14. I don't know, maybe I have a mutant. I do have an iPhone charger on it, so hopefully that will help it boot up a little faster. We had a big upgrade at work 2.5 years ago, and I kind of scoured stuff, so that's where half the sevens came from. Yeah, I remember I remember it wasn't much of a charger that came with it, and when I tried to plug my next upgrade, I think it was a Samsung Galaxy S5 or 6. I I know it just had slow charging or something along those lines. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's been a while since I used this phone. Should I get this thing at 17? Took out my bridge iPhone, if you will. What I call it that. To see if that thing still came up, and so far it does. Yeah, I'll take a look at the email after the stream, and right, download and install. Well, maybe by the end of the stream this thing will charge. Wait. Okay, I looked at the photo since we're that's pretty sweet. Probably we got to work on the camera situation, although that's what that confirmed, but that's okay. But let's see if it detected the SCSI. Okay, we got a conflict. Nice. So I have a Compaq Elite Ethernet controller and an Ethernet 16E. It did detect a SCSI controller. Probably a conflict. Yeah, that's what I figured. I wonder if we can blow one of these away. Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, right? Oh, stop that nonsense now. You don't need a... You don't need that. That's enough of that. Oh, the phone just turned on. Now, was I proactive or was I foolish here? No, I did not put the Windows files on here, and I'm almost certain the floppy drive doesn't work. But we don't need to do this, guys. This track ball needs cleaning. See if we restart it, if it behaves. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, here we go. What that tell us? Alright, drum roll, please. This one's just for you, Kibs. It is a Nokia Lumia 928. Windows 8.1. Nice big buttons. And if this cell service is any indication of what the current state of Verizon is in this town, I am very thankful that I got away from them. Oh, welcome back, buddy. All right, back to it here. Oh yeah, so yeah, right now we're trying to test out the Ministation that you can almost see. Okay, they didn't bring it back. So in theory, we should be able to get on our network. But let me guess, I probably don't have TCP/IP installed. I don't have Windows files to work with. Ooh, yes I do. I do. There's no way this old phone has wireless charging. There's no way. Although I'm okay if I'm wrong, so. Alright. I don't know if this is going to reach. The Church is for Miracles retro. I can't reach. Must find longer network cable. We're holding a lot tonight. this one's definitely longer than 7 feet. It's tangled and everything, that's all. Yeah, we might have to do a large, expensive drop ship to Canada at some point. Alright, where in the wide world was the neck on this thing? Right there. I hope the switch can do 10. Just negotiate 10 megabits. That's good to know. I think D-Lite was one of the first ones that stopped doing that. Oh, shoot. I tried to get too cocky here. Odd. I know we're getting an Ether Express Pro adapter. Let's take this Zircom out of here. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the 928's got LTE on it too. Although, unfortunately, where the phone was used for half of its life, there was no such thing as LTE. Actually, come think of it. Yeah, where it worked didn't get LTE coverage until late 2015, I want to say. Yeah, it was definitely 2015. And that was people knowing. And the only reason why that happened, because, you know, the CIO at one of the large employers at the time said, hey, hook us up with some stuff, and we probably would have LTE out there by now regardless, but it probably would have been a few years later. In Clark County, Wisconsin, that was the other place that phone was used a lot. Oh, cool, yeah. I didn't realize that was a 928. Yeah, and when I was going for phones, like the iPhone that did 4G LTE was too expensive for my tastes. I didn't want to do Android. I was kind of just tired of it. So that was a happy medium. That was a sacrifice. Oh, this might be good. Now, oddly enough, I think in the last couple of months, when I moved back home, I think that was the only place I had LTE consistently. Barely, but I had it. And the other... I lost my train of thought here, but... Oh, okay. Well, whatever. That is the correct IP address, so that is a functional Ethernet card. I mean, it's functional. What can I say? That's good enough for me. I'm happy with this one. Somebody else may be very happy with it because I don't need a mini station, but... We got a pretty high-end setup here that most companies would kill to have. At least the switch is an Aruba 2930F? It's an Aruba 2930 something. There's another one of those. The boss is big on upgrades, and it's like, we're throwing all this out. You know, just silently load one of that little rusty car, and we won't ask any questions type deal. Which, it was a brave upgrade, because I was right in the height of the PoE switch shortage. Now, here's the boy that everybody and their brother's going to want. Thought it was on. Oh, it was on to 7. Oops. Well, we were on to 7. This is not a full-on repair stream, but if I may try to do some basic troubleshooting. Okay. I may have to zoom out. What is this message now? Your Apple ID, that's nice. You resurrected the corpse of your old iPhone SE2, and we must tell the world about it. Alright, so unfortunately, this is the one I don't think that powers up. Now, in theory, I'm supposed to be able just to put this on, and the system is supposed to just take it and mount it, and then you're supposed to be able to power it up. That is not happening with this one. As you can tell, this is worse than the first one I had. The first one at least yell at me. This one is not yelling at me. So, let's see if we can find any clues in the comments section here. Ah, yeah, if you take a hammer to this thing, it's going to shatter. I gotta get the sucker open. I don't remember how to open this thing. I do appreciate the smart aleck comments here. Deep down I do. I know I do it enough on everybody else, so it's only fair. Why won't this come open? Well, screws in the way, so come on. Forgive me, Lord, for what I'm about to do. There we go. Didn't want it to snap like that, but it snapped like that. Ooh, he got something cool in here. Is that a SCSI hard drive, or is that a... No, it's an IDE drive. Oh, gosh. So, we got a couple cards here. Okay, you can't see them. That's a problem. Okay, so we have... This particular unit comes with a hard drive. It's a 540 meg quantum. I say a prayer that it's not a Go drive or Pro drive. I'm not sure what this card on top is. I think it is for a joystick. Oh, it says Suncom on it. Oh, we got a screwdriver here. It's too big. But yeah, I think we got to get to this power supply that is, uh-oh. Yeah, the fan is free on it. We do have to get some of the stuff out regardless, so we're going to start disconnecting some stuff, but... I'm curious to see what this hard drive is. You can use these things as a desktop replacement. The CD-ROM is scuzzy. You probably caught on to that before I did. Jack 68K, welcome to this very exciting edition of Why God Why. Let's see what this card is. Well, on a serious note, we are just doing some exploratory surgery on a Compaq Smartstation that absolutely has no desire to power up. But yes, this is a Suncom card. I don't know what the ports are on it, but possibly joystick, game port, don't know. Oh, good, Justin's still here, listening to me slowly die. Uh-oh. This one I might troubleshoot just a little bit. Well, an hour and a half into the stream, so we're making good time. But this is a sound card for sure. Well, duh, you know that. Advanced Logic Incorporated. So this is an interesting card. It's also got an IDE slot on it. I have that cause some resource conflicts, but yeah, I've never heard of this card before, but it's got a connection for a wave connector. It's got a very... Oh, don't feel bad. I didn't have to look for it much. But yeah, that's the model. Ace Sound /XX. No, I'm not seriously sad. It's all good humor. Dark humor. It actually was a very good day here at the OI0386SX world. Other than that one person that decided to get mad at me for my opinion on Canon products and came to my channel to tell me that I was a troll. Even though I found that kind of hilarious that somebody would waste time on something that's so nonsense. But you can't make everybody happy. I want this hard drive out of here, so I think it's got to go regardless. And, oh boy, I see something that I do not like, but... Yeah, I gotta get my 286 back out and back down the horse with that one, but I should have lots of time next week when I have house to self. Let's pull the hard drive out and... Oh! Okay. That is a Fireball. It's a newer Fireball for comparison. Procom technology. So it's not a Compaq part, but I've never seen one without that gaudy white sticker on it before. So that one may have a chance of doing what I want it to do. Are you talking about this connector? That's where the laptop would plug into if that's the one you're referring to. Or the one on the hard drive. I don't know. You can clarify. Now, this is a little bit on the ghetto side. Can I get it out? How is that even screwed in? Yeah, this is where the laptop would plug in. It's a Smartstation for a Compaq LTE Elite. And if you got the right adapter, an LTE Lite would fit into it as well. This is quite a marvel of engineering when it works. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a little bit janky, but whatever. know you can't see the jank, but the screw that's, yeah, it's not the bottom of the unit. I have it half apart. And we have a screw in it that's in at a 15-degree angle. But hey, at least it's a Compaq screw. Yeah, fishy, fishy, fishy. We're waiting. Holy mackerel, this one's gonna come out hard. Oh, but the CD-ROM comes out, so that's all I care about at the moment. But you're gonna get a kick out of this if you don't see it already. Oh, disconnect that. Sony CD-ROM, not bad. But you saw what was being used as rails. Good old-fashioned cardboard. High tech. Okay, I gotta remember how to take this thing apart, because my next step is I want to get to this power supply. Ow. Oh, right there. I cannot read that one word, but I'm sure it's hilarious. One of these days, I gotta figure out how to get rid of that stupid heart thing. Proceeds to almost break Smartstation beyond repair. Don't worry, we got two other ones. How do I get that power supply out? Gosh, I'm not comfortable taking this apart right now, but maybe we gotta just suck it up and do it. Okay, that should be fine. I really hope I don't have to take all that plastic off. We'll find out. Yeah, I think we gotta take all the plastic off. Oh! I can turn that off? Let's find out. Doesn't seem like I could do it through the, let's see here. This is so important that I want to at least try this right now. Oh, this is going down so all sorts of a rabbit hole. Well, we'll figure it out for the next month. Or if I get bored 2 weeks from now, week and a half from now, we'll figure it out. You gotta get rid of the stupid beauty cover, as Scotty Kilmer would say. Now I don't take him seriously beyond, comic relief. Now it comes out like this. I'm pretty sure it does. The top cover gotta go with it. Now, if you knew where I work currently, it's nothing but rabbit holes. But yes, you are, I do at least enjoy this rabbit hole. It's just I forgot how to deal with this particular one. I never took a power supply out of one of these that wasn't falling apart. I have a hunch. Something to do with this cover. Wait a minute. Yes, it does. Logic be damned, Jack 68K. That's why. I don't have any other answer to that. Oh, somebody did. I'm off camera at this point, but I'm still trying to... Oh, yep, that piece definitely does come out. Ah, you know what? Let's switch it to the iPhone 7 so I can attempt to see what I'm doing. Shoot. Well, looks like it just slides right out. Perhaps with the correct tools we can slide. Click to your heart's desire. It's all good. I'm at peace. Oh, okay, yeah, this is... Okay. There's your power supply. Holy mother, that's a... It's attached to the plastic piece. Then I think I got 2 more screws on top of that to get off of here. Really want to see. I'm hoping this power supply just needs a recap or something. The last one I took apart didn't seem like it needed one. It didn't seem like anything was leaking, but I haven't done anything with it yet. But, I know, life threw me a curveball today, so who knows when that's getting done, but I believe it's going to be a very good curveball. Like I said, I'm not getting to it right now, but we really need to go get rid of some stuff here in the channel. Here, look at a corgi for a minute. Alright, I believe this power supply will at least get the thing to power on. I think it had a problem of its own, but I think we can at least get it to scream at us. If we get it to scream at us, that indicates potential. will admit, I kind of appreciate working on these ones that aren't completely smashed. Yeah, the one that I actually have that's in really nice shape actually came from the Wisconsin Computer Club, a gentleman over there. So yeah, I took a 65-mile one-way trip down to where he was. It's like, oh no, I got an appointment after. I got to take off early for work, and now I can't do that anymore. But priorities. The right screw. I don't know. I think those are quite the right screws that I'm trying to put in here, but we'll see. I really hope this thing at least makes some beeping, and I can at least end this stream with someone on a high note. Okay, so what do these do? I think those are the ones that, yeah, these I think are plastic ones that go here. I could be wrong. I don't remember this. Got a little too ahead of myself on this stream. Yes, that is a motor, and when you... I'm actually going to pull out my working one so I can show you exactly what this docking station does. I think that'd be the best thing for us to do here. Because when you mount the LTE Elite, it's supposed to automatically insert it. Okay, so I was an idiot. I'm sure it's in the right spot. Here we go. Yeah, that's exactly it. I think that was there before. Yeah, there's some engineering in here. Unfortunately, the plastic engineering is terrible, but beyond that, yeah, there's some good engineering in here. You don't get this with today's laptops. I don't really use SCSI in today's laptops, but you get my drift, I hope. Alright, so... if we're missing a screw, who cares? The LTE Lite docking station looks like outright a desktop computer once you put it in. But that's a very restrictive little unit. That's a downside of those. Okay, that's the audio cable. I'm not going to put that sub card back in, nor am I going to put that IDA drive back in. Ooh, cool. My watch is telling me I have a new move record. Woohoo. Wow, nice. I didn't know that number could go that high. be stuck. Let's get that out of the way. The goal here at this point is try and get this thing somewhat back together. Oh, that's a very important plug, which I know you can't. Oh, you can't see it. Awesome. Okay, we're good. So we're going. It is keyed, so I know I'm putting it in right. There we go. And let's make sure that's inserted. Yep, that's still inserted. Should have done this first, but yep, everything looks like it's inserted. Don't see anything that looks like it's not. So let's power this up, and let's see if we can at least get it to get angry. Now, docking stations are still a thing. They're just not this interesting. This power supply worked. Yeah, I can't even get this thing to yell at me right now. Hold on a minute. Why can't I get it? Please yell at me, computer. Unlocked. But yeah, I can buy. Yeah, it's my fastest computer in the house has the HP 2013 docking station on it. It's actually, you can put up to 3 displays on it if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's just now today it's USB-C docks, and yeah, you can take them and whatever. That's my opinion of them. It's just whatever. I may have a defective laptop. Yeah, it's like my what you call it, what the hell? ProBook 650 Gen 4 could go either or USB-C or the 2013 docking station. It was the first one that could do that, and maybe even the last one. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to show you the rest of the office to show it to you, so you'll take my word for it. Yeah, this thing's losing plastic, but it's still serviceable, so we're okay here. All right, last chance. Then if this doesn't do anything or whatsoever, then I'll have to do this offline. But yes, in theory, this is supposed to. Oh, wait a minute. We got a power light. Okay, that's good. Let's see. Let me. I don't know if I can get it to. It powers on for a short period of time, so that means the unit itself is, I think, fixable. So that's what I wanted to get out of this tonight anyway. But just for Jack, 68K, and everyone else that's here, since we did one for Kips, we'll do one for Jack. If I can get to it without a ton of pain, I'll get out my working Smartstation. I'll show you exactly what that motor is supposed to do. I'll show it in real live action. How about that? I just hope this thing needs a recap. It's not missing a corner. I'm pretty sure this is the working one. All right, so this is a working one that I picked up in central Wisconsin, thanks to an awesome gentleman that just retired and said he was cleaning out his inventory, and I jumped on this. Now, not literally, but you get my drift. And this one is in one piece. There is no broken plastic, or if there is, it's in very, very little bit of broken plastic. So, the theory is, you insert, computer takes itself, let's eject it. It ejects on its own. So let's get the overhead camera going. Pressing on a real light. Does it on its own. And I should be able to turn the computer on. Now the question is, do I have a hard drive in this computer? I don't remember. Yeah, the second one that I have that works is the cover's in a lot of pieces. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just it's an auto eject feature that Compaq decided to play with for a while. But I'm happy. I'm happy with that other one, at least has signs of life. We can get that working. Well, I'll have to give Garrett a few more bucks for it, because that's only fair. This thing is kind of taking its time. You're going to see my hat again. Yeah, this one does not have any expansion cards in it. It just has the standard LTE Elite. Yeah, it really is. It is very hilarious how ridiculously huge it is. It's a chunker. I know you can't see that the best. Alright, and let's just see if it'll pick up the NIC card. Or rather, get an IP address when I plug the network cable back in. My highly technical... Yeah, it's definitely a luggable. It's actually bigger than a luggable at that point, I think. Eject PC, that's special. Let's give it a go, because I am Oh, look at that. It just picked it up right away. That's some awesome stuff right there. I do have a SCSI CD-ROM somewhere, but I don't have it convenient. Yeah, let's see. Let's ping Google. And on the very small screen, you can tell that it's pinging Google, so we can get out to the internet with it. So that NIC is working. That's an excellent question. Windows 95 has the drivers built in automatically. I think you missed that component of it when we did the Ministation, but it automatically detected the drivers for it. 3.1, I don't know. I'm just guessing that there are some proprietary drivers with that. That's a good question. I'm going to have to find that out. That. And the Lite's the same deal in Windows 95. All the drivers are automatically built into Windows. So it just goes to a dock thing. Or dock configuration, if you will. Alright, so I am going to put this back real quick, and then we're going to test a couple of pieces, and then we're going to wrap this thing up for a minute. I think I can clip it up with this way without having to have the folks stare at horribly. LTE 286 that I have in a billion pieces. Let's get that out of there because that doesn't work with that computer anyway. Alright, so we have a couple more components to test, at least in the LTE side of it's concerned, so I must find myself a working, fully functional, almost functional LTE 5000. That's far away. It's not what I'm looking for. Oh, snap. That's a 5000. It's another. It's a stripped down one, but I don't think that's a problem. This 5300. LTE 5300 is going to come out and play for the last part of this final stretch, final play of the stream. $10 on Goodwill. Yeah, that's a good point. Windows still can't dock things correctly. Speak to my Lenovo P16 on that one. I did one video encoding on it once, and the displays blinked on and off the entire time until it was over. But this particular lot also came with a couple floppy drives. So that's what we're going to go test right now. This is the Epson floppy drive. Hard drive in this? No, we don't need one. I will say my home computer is much nicer with docking than the work one, and that's a much older, much more vanilla variant of computer than the Lenovo. But it has a built-in serial port. The bone stock one does. As a network admin, you do use those quite more than you think. And there's some of the English again. Throw that out. In case I didn't show it to you, the Sony CD-ROM I pulled out of the other unit. We'll pretend that we're starting to do the install of the Rhapsody. Exactly. And trust me, I'm getting back heavy into that game in the next few weeks. I still kind of do both, but like I said, things are going to change drastically. But if you really want, and Jack 68K, you missed it. You missed one of the rarest things in existence. This LTE Lite that I used earlier has not one. Come on, Lite. Not one, but 2 serial ports built into it. They did not sell many of those. I only know of 2 of those in existence. One came from a gentleman in New York State, and this one came from Washington State. So that floppy drive is good, although it doesn't like ejecting all that much. Well, maybe it's fine now. You know, I'm not going to argue that. I think I'll agree with you that Linux probably does some of that better. Floppy drive number 2. Yeah, that's pretty standard for a laptop of that time. It's the 2 serial ports is the extremely okay, read air. Well, you gotta read air. I think it did that on the last floppy too. It didn't like it. Well, let's try the 98 boot disk that I just found. I got a vendor I gotta show that to, because he didn't believe me that such technology existed back then. Yeah, my... that's, yeah, you're gonna make me think here. My first true work laptop was a Fujitsu 901C or something like that. At the last job before that, I had to basically provide my own stuff. There was an IBM ThinkPad that I used for quote-unquote on-call, which that's another story of its own. I'll have to tell it on another day. But there's an IBM ThinkPad T41 somewhere. We're gonna go. Tornado hits local basement. You see that all-in-one in there. Because of that IBM ThinkPad, that thing sits there. But I will explain that story some other time. If you really want to get bored with yourself, you can go on YouTube on the Lenovo's page. If you're real savvy, you'll find the answer. I'll give you a hint, it's from 10 years ago. But yes, that's gonna do it for this stream pretty much. What do we all have here? We have two LTE Elites that at least have functionality to them. Although there's some screen issues, possibly a little bit of reflow solder will probably fix things, and or screen intervention will make those two LTE Elites right as rain. Oh, you can't not see me. I also cannot eject this floppy drive for some reason. There we go. There we go. All right, let's try this again. Face reveal. Yay. So, let's go over the old list here. So we have two functional LTE Elites, which Jack68K missed, but I know you didn't. You got to see one of them, but hold on. We are stuck on Fireball, and I'm not talking about the booze. But we got these two YouTubers can't video. They work. They're functional. They're fixable. I think the batteries can be rebuilt. So I'm very happy with that purchase. If Garrett, if you're watching this, I promise I will throw you more money next time I see you. You did give me one whopper of a deal on these, and I appreciate that, but I think it's only fair that we'll make things right. I appreciate it, Jack. 68K. So the 5000 series we didn't get so lucky with. We had one stick on posts, and the other one doesn't detect any drives, so we're going to have to figure that one out, but that'll be for another day, another year. Ministation works like a clock. I'll probably give that to somebody that needs it or wants it. Might be you, Retro Recall. Might be somebody on the LTE Armada group. Because I certainly don't need it, since I have a working Smartstation that you just saw fire up in wonderful time. And as for that other Smartstation, that's gonna need some love. Let's see here. We got the high pot was the YouTuber still can't do anything. Okay, whatever. It's not my night for cameras apparently, but yes, this bad boy. I'm gonna try recapping it just to see if that fixes it up, because this particular one has absolutely no life. It is dead as a doornail. This guy right here. This is the original one I pulled out. The other power supply that I put in the one that we first tore apart, that power supply wasn't good either, but at least I could get the computer to scream at me for a minute. So I think there's life in that one. Let's put an R on it for rebuild. But I do have caps for this. And fun fact, DigiKey can do 2-day delivery to me now, unless there are nasty snowstorms that way. And because they're in Minnesota and North Dakota, that's a real possibility in winter months. That's the downside of it, but yeah, I'm not, no Mauser hate here, just DigiKey is conveniently closer. I did not test the hard drive though. This guy right here. I have a feeling it's not going to function in a USB enclosure, so I'll do that on a different day. Let's see, I got. So, yeah, some of this equipment's going to be given away for the price of shipping. Don't know yet. Might get the way the Elites as is. Somebody wants to fix them up, be my guest. I got what I wanted out of them. I think the next live stream, it might be just trying to repair the Smartstation that we had on the desk earlier tonight. That might be what I ultimately do, but probably a month from now. Oh wait, I had the house to myself a week and a half from now, so yeah, might be doing one a week and a half from now. We'll see, but we'll see how I feel. We'll see what the situation is outside of home too. There's a lot that's gonna happen in the next few days, but yeah, Jack 68K, that's what FedEx was starting to do. They were starting to screw me up too. But UPS actually delivered today, so it was actually an hour away from me, like overnight with UPS. I'm like, okay, cool. But a lot, especially 2 winters ago, was like, oh, there's a major snowstorm in Minnesota. There's a snowstorm in Minnesota again. And I'll tell you a little fun fact. The FedEx distribution center, or whatever they want to call them, in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, they really care about their employees. Let me put it to you that way. It's like, it seems like there's any snowflake in the area, they don't have their trucks go out, which I will admit I do appreciate those particular places looking out for their employees. Inconvenient for guys like me that want their stuff and they're stuck in a house 2 hours away from there, but 2, 3, give or take. But yeah, it's by North Dakota. They get a lot of snow. They get the same problem we do here. I think 3 or 4 years ago, Eau Claire was like the snow capital. They got the most snow. And then year before that was my area, so yeah, fun times. But all right, so for those that joined, for those that didn't comment, thank you for lurking. For those that commented, I had a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll actually get to fixing some stuff on the next one. Thank you for watching. I'm going to head out. We will see you on the next one, whenever that may be.